Yo, what up, guys? Beside me here, and a new tournament right now in Raid Shadow Legends, a spider tournament to be precise, will require you, if you're up for the challenge, to use only champions from a specific set of factions, that is a Telerian Alliance, to beat the spider queen. So if you head over into the game right there, you see that Telerian faction in your index refers to the top 4. That's the Telerians. If you use any other champions that are not part of this top 4 for this spider tournament, your points will not count toward the spider tournament. You will get your accessories, of course, you get your silver and all that good stuff, but you will not get points towards that tournament I just showed you right now on the screen. So make sure you use champions only from the Banner Lords, High Elves, Sacred Order, Barbarians. This is not for newer players of Raid Shadow Legends who have been playing the game for just a month to 1 year. No, this is more like for endgame players who have a fleshed out roster of Banner Lords champions. You have High Elves champions, you have Sacred Order, and of course good set of Barbarians faction champions, and you mix them together to beat the spider. I already have a video that I put out about and these same Telerians that beat the Fire Knight at level 20 to 24 I mean. So I wanted to see if I could put out a team that can also do the same for the spider. 20, maybe 24. If you can't beat such an event or tournament like this at the higher levels, it's fine to totally do it during the level 20 stages, just to get the number of points required to win whatever rewards we're expecting to see from this tournament. That's also something to note. I'm putting out this video today right now, but I'm hoping that tomorrow, when this tournament finally launches, then you can decide whether it's worth going for or not. So the one thing that will guide your decision whether you want to go for it or not is to look at other tournaments that we normally have in the game. 1008 to 2500 or 2007, that's where the void shard should be. So this is a more of a difficult one. It's spider. If you don't have an HP burn or autometer control, it's difficult. So they should really put a void shard for us right here. If I do not see a void shard tomorrow for this Telerian spider tournament, I will not be pushing for it. But if I do see an ancient shard around 1008 or 1150, I will go for the ancient shard. I'm not trying to win first position or second positions, although check out your tournament and grouping to see if a lot of players are not pushing for it. You might want to go for one of these 6 pieces of relentless sets right there, the epic category. So I'm just using this ice golem as an example because the tournament for the spider is not yet open. So that's something to note, like a disclaimer. First of all, this is not me encouraging you to go for this spider tournament. During a fusion, I can take this decision because I have a boatload of what do you call this thing, gems sitting right here and energy stacked up right there also in the inventory. So I do have enough to finish the fusion and enough to chase after silly little tournaments and events like this for content, and also for a challenge to see if I can put out a team that can do it. All right, let me head over into the game right now to show you my team for Spider 20. Yes, I'm trying Spider 20 first. If it's possible, then maybe I can make some changes around to see if 24 will be possible. Why? Because at Spider 20 level, I will sell 99.9% instead of 100% of everything I farm at Spider 20 level. That's because I'm end game. But if you're a beginner player at Spider 20, you keep a lot of stuff. So I would probably prefer to be farming 24, 25, or even hard 10 of the spider, but I don't think I have a team from the Telerians that can make that possible. Can your Telerian teams beat 24, 25? I don't want to take the risk. I just want to use the least amount of silver, the least amount of energy required to complete this tournament points. All right, that's the team I put together. And before you scream, oh, legendary, no, just calm down. You can simply replace like this. You simply need somebody in the leader slot who have that speed aura so you can go fast, and then add somebody else. Let me just see by faction, starting from the Barbarian faction. I don't want to do it here, but I guess I should do it based on the champions I do have. Ronda is not the champion for this one. What's her name now? Minaya is also not the champion for this one. Basically, what am I looking for? Storm meter reduction, storm meter increase, slow speed on the spider queen herself, stunners, AoE stunners, any champion you have in a stun set. And yesterday I did put out a video about what's his name, Deacon Armstrong, in a stun set. So I guess they were hearing my cries about why I was building Deacon, and finally he can now serve in special tournaments like this because he's in a stun set. Because you need to control the Spiderlings in the wave, in this 20th stage, you need to put stun on them, sleep, freeze, anything, any way, provoke, any way you can make them not target your squishy champions, else this will be a bad run. So that's why I have Deacon right here. In a stun set, my Seal the Drake, in a stun set, I'll show you their full stats. Once I'm done with the entire battle, I'll show you everything in RSL Hopper. But for now, I just want to explain the run a little bit. So if you don't have any of these champions, you can equip somebody else in their slot instead. All right, another champion that some people normally put in a stun set is Archmage Helmont, and that's another champion that I have not yet built. He doesn't belong in a leader slot though, but he can have the possibility of being in a stun set and maybe control a little bit of the Spiderlings while your Amiga and everybody slowly takes the queen down with HP burn or just pure damage. All right, Terrell will be decreased speed, but it doesn't bring much to the boss herself or to the Spiderlings themselves besides decreased defense. So no, Stagnite, Stagnite. Terrell will bring decreased storm meter. So I think for this particular run, Terrell will be a better option because of that decreased storm meter, but I've not gone there yet. So that's the options I have from these banner lords. Not much of an option, I'm telling you. Maybe this dude doesn't belong there, but that's the only two. I don't have all these other legendaries built out or these other epics. Let's see what we can get from the high elves. Now this is where the bread and butter of this faction is, because from just this one you can already see that Lysandra is here if you don't have her, sorry. And this is also the faction that this champion belongs to. If you're so poor that this is your only way of keeping your team alive, she does have a cleanse. If you don't have any way of controlling the Spiderlings and they are placing their poisons on you, you can use this champion to do a cleanse and also do a revive if somebody does eventually go down. An Arbiter will boost you up really fast, place that increased attack if you have a nuker like Royal Guard doing big nukes right here. Yes, I didn't forget about Royal Guard. This is the best time for you to bring 2 Royal Guards into the spider, put decreased defense on the boss and the Spiderlings, put decreased attack by Arbiter, and totally go to town. If you do Royal Guard skills twice, I think the Spider Queen herself should go down. If you need a little bit of more speed boosting, if you don't have a Lysandra, your trusty Apothecary is right here. In fact, this faction alone can finish this thing without you using any champions from any other faction. But just because we want to spread it out and mix things a little bit up, we want to sidestep this champion who is more of a beginner level champion, and by now we've stolen all his best speed gear and given to other legendary champions. So I'm not going to be using my Apothecary for this one, but if you have yours built with good speed, put him in there. I would probably prefer to use my Lysandra instead, because why would you use an Apothecary when you have a Lysandra? All right, let's see what else we can put into this team to make it work. If you're going for nukes, I guess, but she's not the best candidate for this job. All right, back onto the Sacred Order faction, and the best champion for this on the Sacred Order, I already talked about Deacon, so he doesn't count anymore. But this is the best champion in the Sacred Order for this, because of HP burn is the best way to do damage to the spider at level 20, 24, or even higher levels. So if I could put a team together to stay alive and then put this champion in there with some control, we probably could do 24, 25, but like I said, I just want to do it with minimum level and what do you call it now, energy, and get it done. I know I'm stalling. I will eventually do the run so you can see it, but I just want to explain some things. If you don't have a Royal Guard and your runs are going slow and all that, you probably want to do it like this, like I decided to do it the old-fashioned way. So this alone could keep your team alive. And of course, we're heading straight to the last person on the team we will want definitely on our team to keep us alive and to control the enemy wave. You see how I just sneaked in Amiga right here without saying a word? I'm not going to talk about Amiga. If you don't know this champion by now for Spider 20, what are you doing? Let's not talk about that. He belongs there. He belongs in everybody's team if you're doing this at level 20 or so. In a relentless set or whatever, just make sure you have him in there. I still have my Amiga in destroy set because I used to use him for the what is Doom Tower Scarab King, but I guess I no longer use him for that right now. I should take him out of destroy set and use something else on him. All right, now for the Barbarian, I'm not even going to talk about anybody else than the queen herself, Seal of the Drakes. This champion will be there in a stun set for me to make sure if Deacon cannot stun some people, she can help stun some people. So this is like a beginner friendly team, I guess. But in place of Arbiter, I will be using my Lysandra so the run can go, so the boss can keep his turn meter down. I don't want him to take any turns at all. If you're that new to raid and you don't have all these champions, I guess a higher cartoon could be a champion that you put in the leader slot in place of Deacon if you have high cartoon at 60 and built with high speed. All right, that's the Telerian faction that can get this done. Let me quickly do the run and see. I've put together the team without any presets. They got it done. I thought I'll have to set any preset, but I did not. Amiga will do his right skills and everybody knows exactly what to do. And this is not a battle I'm trying to do in 13 seconds, in 20 seconds. No, this is just something I'm trying to get it done at a reasonable time. And the first test I did before recording this video, I did it at 1 minute 30 seconds. I'll take it. It's something I'll run all night. These tournaments usually last only 24 hours, I think. They don't last 2-3 days like other tournaments do. So it will be a very short time, but I'm still saying hopefully it's a reward that is totally worth us going for. Everybody is stunned. I don't know whether it's Seal the Drake, whether it's Deacon Armstrong. It doesn't matter. All we know that we are not being hit with a bunch of poisons and a bunch of stuff. Even if we have a bunch of squishy champions in here, we're not dying. How? Stun set is the way to go. Now, stun set is a kind of end game gear that is obtainable from the faction wars. I mean from the Fire Knight. But I built all these champions in this stun set because of faction wars. That's why they are still in stun set up till today. So Lysandra is removing that turn meter. The boss turn meter has stayed at 0 or almost 0 this entire time, not even coming close to taking a turn. So I guess I have too much turn meter decrease. I could easily take out one of these turn meter decrease champions and put in a little bit more damage. Somebody like a legendary champion that I refuse to mention in this battle, who is what's his face now. After this battle, I'll go check him out. He does bring a big nuke, which also comes with an HP burn. I just kind of shied away from legendary so it can be relatable to everybody who is going for this. But let's see. My almost epic only team that can get it done. Woo! He doesn't even have big crit damage, that's why he's doing that later. Of course, like I said, everything will be sold. Now, the champion I had in mind that could easily swap in and help me in this battle, let me not check it from here. Let's go to the Spider tournament again. I think I'm trying to remember his name. Until I scroll down, that's when I'll see his face and remember it. That's one I don't use often on my account, but if I should filter, he belongs to the Barbarians faction. And that champion I'm thinking of is this dude. So he can come with extra damage right there. If I feel like I have too much turn meter control, he can come in right there. Or of course, Deacon is there for decreased defense. So maybe I'll remove Lysandra in place of him. I don't know if that will make me too slow. But I'm not trying to do this at a higher level. So I'm fine with that run, with that amount of time that it can take. So that's my team for the Telerian faction. Like I said, I'm going to show you their stats if you want to use that exact same team for your battles. That's the stats right here for these champions. Lysandra, her speed and everything. She's not in a stun set, she's in a speed set. That's my Lysandra's stats right here on the screen. And the next champion is Seal the Drake, stun set, with not even a damage mastery, more of stun. And then the next one is Deacon Armstrong right here, stun set. New build, check out that video. And the HP bond, the MVP himself, while everybody is keeping their turn meter down and all that, this is where most of the damage will be coming from. Now, if the spiderlings don't take a lot of turns, they will take too much time to get this HP bond ticking. So that's why I think I have too much HP bond. I mean, I have too much turn meter control. And of course, my good old Amiga, who I built for Scarab. All right, let me end it there. That's just this team. I just wanted to showcase if you intend to go for this Telerian only faction Spider tournament. I've never done this type of video for spider specifically. That's why I just had to put it out right now, and by tomorrow we'll see if the rewards are even worth going for. Remember, I'm looking for a ancient shard at lower levels and maybe a void shard at the upper level. That's what will encourage me to go for it. Also, one of these eternal soul stone maybe an immortal soul stone or an eternal soul stone, maybe that's wishful thinking, but hopefully they don't just give us energy or some other crap. Let me know in the comments if you're going to be going for it tomorrow, and guess I'll see you. If you have any variation to these teams that can do it at level 24, 25, I'm be looking forward to seeing your screenshot or hearing from you in the comments below, so I can put together that team and their stats and maybe farm it at a higher level where I'll have usefulness for the gear that I get. Help me hit like in this video if you find it useful or at least entertaining. I guess I'll see you in the next one.